Today, from Austin, Texas, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tyrod Taylor and the Austin Armadillos versus Deshaun Watson and the Los Angeles Rams.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Taylor to throw. They go with a screen to Gore. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. On first down, it's Gore. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Taylor. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Looking to throw. Taylor to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson. He's got Smith here. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Pollard. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly out of the 21. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Taylor. Rolling to his right. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a handoff for Gore. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Taylor. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to be 18.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Pushes past him. The quick slant caught. 1st and goal at the 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Frank Gore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Armadillos have taken a 1st quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Rams.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 44, Watson. Pressure comes and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now on second down, this is Gore. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson now to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And now Matthews couldn't really tell what happened there defensively, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we get back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's got this down to the 35. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give here to Pollard. Down to the 25. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
From the 31, Taylor. This is Miller, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And Taylor will slide to a halt with a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 3. Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Taylor. He's got a man. It's Tajay Sharp. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Shoves him away. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Frank Gore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Armadillos are able to widen their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Now a first down throw, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. Swinging this out for Pollard. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right at the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Taylor. Sliding out of the pocket. And Taylor will slide to a halt with a first down. Now it's Taylor. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Tucker's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Watson. Looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Gore.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Taylor will throw. The quick slant caught. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Frank Gore with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Armadillos use the short field to get in for 6.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Operating from the gun, Watson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. To throw again on 2nd down. Taylor, he finds his man, complete. That's Bates. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And on now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. Watson on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this one's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Watson. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Boston's offense ready to go again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Taylor. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right. And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. On 1st down, Gore. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. Again they run, again it's Gore. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now Taylor to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the gun, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gore. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. Pushing through the contact. He's to the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1 now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Taylor. That's out to the flat for Gordon. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Armadillos add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On first down, it's Watson. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson.
And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he will find his man on the outside.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And I think there defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
From the 50, it's Watson.
And now Watson throws another interception.
It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And this carry number 20 for Frank Gore. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Another carry now for Gore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
80 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
On the handoff, it's Gore. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run with Gore out of the shotgun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Austin, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.